Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I am back and we are talking Conan. So today I am talking about the short story entry in the Conan, The Coming of Conan the Cimmerian, and it is The Tower of the Elephant. This is 20 pages in length. It was published in 1933 via Weird Tales magazine. And so this particular entry, the overview of this story, you have a young Conan. He hears about this legendary jewel in this legendary place, the Tower of the Elephant. And while he's at a bar area they call the Mall, which is in Zamoria, he is doing more than meets the eye. How I read between the lines of what Howard wrote is really Conan's kind of in the shadows, kind of just taking everything in, as this is a place where thieves and shady people come to have ale, embellish in stories and conquests, and he's trying to get intel. And when a particular gentleman mentions the Tower of the Elephant, he finds a way to ingratiate himself in the conversation. He does end up offending the gentleman, and it happens to deal with one of the excerpts that I took from here. But in doing so, he ends up drawing swords and dispatches this person very easily. And the next thing you know, we jump to where Conan is outside the tower, and he has basically declothed, and he has a sword, his loincloth, and he is prepared to take on the Tower of the Elephant. In doing so, he comes across another gentleman that is there under thievery as well. And that gentleman, he is of legend when it comes to thieves. He is world known. And so both Conan and this gentleman, they tag team, and they really kind of go after this legendary jewel, which is the heart of the elephant. And so what transpires? Does Conan get the heart of the elephant jewel, or does he get more than he bargained for? That is really the story. And so what makes this really a good story is it mixes action with myth, all while growing kind of the conquests of Conan as he's growing this cachet, this mystique that's going to carry throughout history. And so it's done really well. Howard's pacing is fantastic. He writes it very well. It's very balanced. It keeps going. It really dives in on different parts that make this really interesting. We have a supernatural element in this tale as well. We have another world being, and we get a little bit of backstory and why that person is there and what it means. And it makes sense about this magnificent tower and all of its security measures, which are mystified, and why they have those. And it's a really interesting tale. We also get to see Conan carry out last wishes in a way that really kind of evolves his character and his perception of a character. He's no longer just this brute barbarian. I think I mentioned in the previous one, like he uses his mind there versus his muscle in a way. We definitely get to see kind of almost a personality kind of emerge in a way. And so I really enjoyed this. For 20 pages, Howard really kept me engaged. I really felt like the Conan character was evolving in a way after three entries here. And so I am definitely excited and happy I read this. Does anything stink about it? No. In 20 pages, I was really entertained. It's a quick read, but it has a lot in it. It packs a good punch in it. And so in terms of excerpts, I mentioned, at the beginning, Conan's at this place. He's trying to get intel, and he's kind of just waiting his turn. And when he finally sees it, there's a gentleman there boasting and mentions the Tower of the Elephant and gets to talking. And Conan kind of ingratiates and introduces himself. And the next thing you know, the guy's like, that's impossible. No one's ever going to get into that tower or take any jewels from it. And Conan says, there is always a way if the desire could be coupled with courage, which ends up offending the guy, which leads to kind of them dueling and Conan overtaking him. So that was an interesting excerpt. But again, I am really enjoy reading these. These are fantastic short stories. They break up the monotony of some of the bigger books I'm reading. And as you can probably tell, my next entry will be the Scarlet Citadel. And so I'll be taking a look at that probably next week. I hope you're having a great Wednesday, and I will talk to you later. Thanks.